Hello, hello. I was digging through my notes and I found some awesome stories y'all might like. And they're cool stories, so even if you don't see any sort of prophetic symbols or anything like that in them, just enjoy the stories. When me and my daughter made these quite a few years back, maybe 3-4 years back, we said they were going to be famous and we were going to keep writing, and we never did. You know, we should have kept writing more and more stories, but here they are. There's still a handful of stories, and they're pretty cool. So anyways, I'm going to start this, spin this thing around. We're still the Cool Creek. In fact, I might even adjust this tripod and get a good view here. Let me pop this leg out, and we will read the books. Ooh, sorry, can't see my junk. You already did. Too late. Okay, so we're going to start off with this one here. It's written by, letters by Jason Juan, colors by Emma Juan. 11 Blind Mice. Mice. Well, 12, but one could see. 11 met at the blind unit in the mouse hospital. No one else wanted to play with them because it was boring. No ball, no Monopoly, no apple picking. So they all hung out together. They couldn't go out much because the cat might get them, or they'd get lost. So one day while outside, they met a very nice friend named Una. Una gave them food and treated them like they were normal. Sorry, I gotta use my long arms to reach out here. One of the mice told his neighbor all about this cool guy that they met. How big is he? I don't know. Is he hairy? I don't know. What is he? I don't know. All I know is that he says and does nice stuff. He thinks we're normal and we think he's normal. Okay. So the next day the neighbor came to see this great guy that guides the blind. So they all went to the meeting spot, but when they got there, the friend wasn't around, but a big cat was there. The neighbor said, "Run, a cat!" And they split. Ah! The next day, the 12 mice came back, and the same thing happened, but this time the cat yelled, "Stop, it's me, you know me." They all stopped, well, except the neighbor mouse. He didn't know Una, and he don't trust cats at all. All 11 said, "Wow, you're a cat? We thought all cats were bad." "Not me," said Una. "I've changed my ways after 8 accidents. I could have died, and I would have been lost. I want to go to cat heaven, so I'm nice and in harmony with God. No more killing mice for me." So they all ate cat food and had a Bible study. All the mice that could see told all the blind mice that they were crazy. They said the cat was feeding them to eat them after they get big and fat. It was a trick, and if you hang out with him, then don't hang out with us. The blind mice said, "You already treat us bad, and our cat friend treats us good. So we believe Una." So the mice stayed apart. One day in the middle of winter, a bunch of rats came and stole all the mice's food. They cried and said, "We need food." The blind mice heard them and told the mice that Una can help. The cat fed them all. Una is either really good or really bad. Only time will tell. Never fully trust a cat. Maybe a dog. "I'm good, haha." Evil. "I'm good, haha." Evil. Only time will tell who's right. And then we'll have the end. That was 11 Blind Mice. So the next one is illustrated by Jason and written by Emma. So I made some of the pictures. Emma helped me make the pictures too on this one. Billy and the Tree. There was a tree and a boy named Billy. Once Billy searched the whole city to find the perfect tree. Then he came across the gold tree in the park, and he hugged it so much that he became gold. Whoa! Gold. Then he had 2 wings too, and Billy made best friends with the tree, and he named the tree Ava. He hugged the tree again and again. and he knew that the tree was just painted, but he was okay with that. Crazy. Looks kind of funny. Looks possessed. Billy flew to his house and told his parents. His parents were surprised that he could fly. Billy went back to the park and slept there. Maybe he just thought he could fly. Maybe someone gave him powers to fly. But then it was all a dream. The gold tree, Billy flying, it was all a dream. The end. It's all just a dream. And he had the end. He had his end. For worshiping a big tree. He went back to sleep. Anyways, I won't get too philosophical here. Or into symbolism. I'm just showing a bunch of cool stories. Okay, so this one is by Emma and illustrated by Jason. It's called All the Birds. Once upon a time, there was a lot of birds. A lot of birds. All kinds of birds. Once upon a time, there was a lot of birds. There were blue jays too. A lot of blue jays. Were woodpeckers too. There are some red cardinals too. Hi. And then someone came along and said boo, and all the birds are dead. The end, the end, the end. Yeah, there's going to be 3 ends. We didn't know that. Like I said, this stuff's all just years ago. It was just made. So here's another story. It's by Emma Jawan, and it's illustrated by Jason Jawan. And it's called The Ringer. Oh, I gotta remember the last page too, because there's one page that fell off. Once a man seen a girl, and the man wanted to marry her very quickly, because she was really, really beautiful. But she walked up to him and she said, no. The girl said no again. The boy was surprised, but he knew in his heart that he needed to go on a couple of dates. So the boy walked home and he looked at his calendar. The boy needed to go on 10 long dates. He thought 10. 10 long dates. The girl walked up to the boy and said, can we be friends? The boy was shocked. The boy went back to his home and sat on his couch, and he thinked of being friends. He said, okay, I can be friends. The boy walked up to the girl, and the boy said, okay, I can be friends. And she smiled. 2 years later. They played and played and played. They became best friends. And then the girl thinked of an idea. The girl wanted to have babies and be married. So the girl walked up to the boy and said, I would like to marry you. The boy said, I want to marry you too. Got a big giant sun. For some reason, So they got married. They had a very nice wedding. They also had cake too, and presents. Now here comes twins named Sally and Mud. They all lived happily ever after. Twins named Sally and Mud. And that book was called The Ringer. Oh, actually, I messed up the last page. Sorry guys. I missed the bottom because I was looking at the thing. So they got married. They had a very nice wedding. They also had cake too, and presents. Now here comes 2 years later. They had twins named Sally and Mud. And they lived happily ever after. I wigged that one out, sorry. I fixed it though. Okay, so the next story is by Jason and pictures by Emma. It's called Crazy Grandma. And it's about my mama. She was passed on by now. And by now. It was last spring. She passed on. But she was awesome. And I'll see her again in heaven. So why is Grandma crazy? Does she throw many potatoes at strangers, then dance as she fills her pockets full of more potatoes? Does Grandma pollinate her own flowers with her colorful nose? Really cool pictures. Is Grandma crazy because she makes bread out of everything in the kitchen? Nope. She might do all that stuff, but what makes Grandma really super crazy is her crazy love. Not her flying potatoes or her flowers or her bread. What makes her really super crazy is her crazy love. Good stuff. See you in heaven. R.I.P. So this one is by Jason Joan and illustrated by Emma Joan. It's called The Prince and the Peanuts. Once upon a time in a land far away, far away, the other side of the world far away, a long boat ride far away. Anyway, there was a prince, and he got bored of all the food he had to eat. No. So the prince went on a boat ride, a long boat ride, the other side of the world boat ride. He heard about all the new food that was in the new land called America. So away he went. When he got there, he started to try stuff he never tasted before, like corn and pumpkins and walnuts. Like corn and pumpkins and walnuts. Oh my. But he really wanted something, and he didn't know what it was. Well, he spent a year in America, so when each new food was all grown up and ready to eat, he could try it. One new thing he tried was peanuts, but the peanuts were not cooked. He spit them out and said, "That's not food." But his Indian friend said, "You need to roast them over the fire." Emma drew a really cool fire. He said, "We'll show you how it's done." So the Indians soaked them in salt water, then slowly roasted them on a ceramic cookie sheet. It took a long time. He waited and waited. They said, "If the fire is too hot, it'll burn them." It was finally done. A whole tray of something new, but he still had to wait for them to cool down. He thought, "That's a lot of time and work for these little brown turds. I hope they don't taste like crap." So he ate one. His eyes got big and he grabbed another and another. He loved peanuts so much that he brought a bunch back home to England and became a peanut farmer so he could share them with everyone. His name was Jiffy, and you can still get his peanuts today. The end. And don't mind my hair's not done. Whoop, whoop. I normally have it done some way, but and I'm halfway unshaven, but anyways, love y'all. I keep looking over at this other screen. That's why my eyes are going over here. I gotta look here. Sorry, I gotta flip that little screen away or else it just bothers me. Okay. But anyways, hang in there, and you know, I'll see Emma too in heaven. I haven't seen her in a minute, but you know, I send my love out to all my family, my friends, and to everyone in the world. You know, it sounds like a pretty big thing, but I love all of you. And I don't want to see anyone tricked. I don't want to see anyone lost. And God doesn't want to see anyone lost. Let's try to get ourselves straight and try to flow along, you know, with the Creator and what's good. You know, we know what's good right inside of us, deep down inside of us. And when we start doing bad too many times, we're going to see a different thing looks good. And so just try to stick on the right path. And bye for now.